right, so we're gonna let April set her stuff up, and then I'm gonna try and ask her a few questions. Wow. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead with the night. All right. Sweet. Okay. Hi, April. I haven't spoken to you yet. I was supposed to, but yeah, that's how things work. So, welcome to Malaysia.
Thank you.
Is this your how many days have you been here already?
Well, it's 12 hours difference in New York, so I decided to come a few days early to adjust.
Yeah, to the lag.
So I went directly to Langkawi.
Ah, all right.
So I was there a few days.
Right. Which part of Langkawi were you at? Were you at Chenang by any chance?
Yeah, close. Down at the bottom of the
Right.
island, and I explored the North Beach
Mm-hmm.
and got very sunburned. And
Not the best Malaysian welcome for you, but yeah.
it's okay. No, it's fine. But I was under a tree, and I thought that was okay.
Yeah. Well, that's equatorial weather for you. That's
Yeah,
tropical sun.
I've never had equatorial sun before. So
Yeah, it can be quite unforgiving.
No, it was great though. It's snowing in New York, and I much prefer the heat any day.
Oh,
than sun.
okay.
I love sun and heat, so
Yeah, we've had a little bit too much of that, so we wouldn't mind a couple of days of snow ourselves. So tell us a bit about yourself. How did you get started with doing what you do? I'm personally interested in the whole music therapy thing that you do.
Well, so I started off as a drummer at age 9. I went through school playing jazz drums, orchestra, marching band, whatever. I left, high school and was looking for some other kind of music. I couldn't put my finger on what that was. Also, some other kind of emotional expression, because America can be a little dry in that department. Yes, it's built upon many different cultures, but the culture of America itself is not the most warm or emotional one, just to be brief on that topic. So I was looking, and I started noticing in New York how much I resonated to world music, old traditions of music, which we weren't exposed to growing up in school. They don't talk about the world in the schools there. But one day I went to a concert of a Palestinian musician named Simon Shaheen. He's a gambus virtuoso and violin virtuoso. And my whole life changed that day, February 2005.
Thank you. That's some very profound work. Okay, I'm not going to take any more of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, April Centrone. A warm round of applause for her.
Do you guys understand English? Or all right? Or just kind of pretending like... I'm just kidding. Are you shy? Are Malaysians shy? Because that's what I feel. See, I have a combination of being from New York and living in Lebanon for some years. So being very upfront and not shy is like how, when I came here, I tried to talk to people, like in Langkawi, I tried to talk, to the someone at the desk or on the street, and they don't answer. Like, you talk to me. I wasn't sure if it was the English or if they just I don't know. Anyway, just saying talk, feel free. Anyone know Arabic? A little? Well, a little bit? Well, I was very privileged to learn Arabic while I was in Lebanon. And the way that happened was living in a house of Syrians who didn't speak any English. It worked really well. What the work that we did with refugee children, Palestinian Syrian refugees, was specifically teaching classical Arabic songs and poetry. And you could say why we choose to do that versus teaching Western songs. And as we know with war, you lose a lot more potentially than just homes and lives. You lose also potentially culture if music and language is lost. So we wanted to preserve that tradition. So I'm going to play a couple of the songs that are deeply rooted in the classical Arabic music tradition. Have you ever heard of Morshahat? Morshahat belongs to the music of Al-Andalus in southern Spain. And the poetry is very beautiful and very old classical Arabic. Even a lot of Arabs don't know what the words mean, but it's beautiful sounding all the same. It's all about love, basically. So I will start with a song called Jadak al-Ghaythu, Idha al-Ghaythu Hama.
لم يكن وصلك إلا حلما في القراء أو خلسة مختلسين إذ يقود الدهر أشتاك هنا يا زمان المصيب الأنفس الغيث إذا الغيث هما يا زمان المصيب الأنفس الغيث إذا الغيث هما يا زمان المصيب الأنفس لم يكن وصلك إلا حلما بالقراء خزة مختلسة إذ يقود الدهر أشتات هنا يا زمان المصيب الأنفس يا زمان المصيب الأنفس.
This is a popular one called Lama Badda Yatathanna. It's in a rhythm called Samai, which is 10-8, 10 beats in the cycle.
أسرنا أماني لحظة أسرنا أمان 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 اسم ثلاثي أمان 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 وعدي ويا حيرتي وعدي ويا حيرتي مني راحة مشاكوتي بالحب من نوعتي إذا من كوجنا إذا مني موجنا بالحب من نوعتي إذا مني كوجنا إذا مني كوجنا.
So I was very privileged to meet a young man today. Really inspired me. He knew the entire New York community of Arabic musicians and teachers, but the wealth of information, wealth of music that he had was impressive. But what really impressed me was how big his heart is and how close he feels to tarab and his passion for tarab, which tarab, if you've heard of the term, is ecstasy. We reach a kind of spiritual ecstasy with music, especially old music. We talk about Arabic music, which could be thousands of years old. Some of these instruments are, for example, the nai or reed flute can be seen on the walls of the pyramids, which dates it at least 6,000 years. So, and this young man has such an incredible passion for and understands tarab, and tarab, which really I hope we all learn. I hope we all learn tarab and the art of taqasim, which lives in the Islamic tradition, which lives in the Quran and the recitation of Quran, because this is where true spiritual connection can be found, and true wisdom. And that's what I saw and felt from this young man, Ismail. So I'd like to invite Ismail to the stage to take over the gambus. And I'm going to read just one poem from the album I did recently last month in Beirut. And then we will play some popular music. I will switch the percussion with him. Yalla. Eyes glued to the news. Her friend is gone, another lost home. Alone, lost, no phone to call. Search in the rubble for a sign of life. Just a slice from their knife can't stop the bleeding. Keep it held there. Seeping wet, not sure we'll make it, but too busy to care. Where is my daughter? Dizzy with fear, loss of blood and sorrow burrows in her brain, lays slain on the ground, easier than the pain from the knowledge they're all gone. All of her loved ones, approaching the house on her knees, please don't be true. Nothing left, where are you? Did it happen? Did I lose you? I left for some bread. It's all my fault. If only I stayed, I could have dissuaded the bomb. It would have listened to me, you see. I had to protect you. It was always me. I would have seen it coming with all my might of my heart and soul. I could control its trajectory. But I should have made you leave long ago. Where did I go wrong? Was I too proud, too attached, snatched by the crowds who wanted it that way? We stay no matter what, no matter how grim it seems, how hopeless. I was not wrong. Any other mother would have found the same solution to this putrid pollution of humanity where no rules exist anyway. No real right or wrong, just make it by the skin of your teeth and hope to write a song at the end and return one day with some dignity. Generations from now, they won't even remember me. My family buried under rubble, soon to become a beautiful mall. Hotel Hilton, Saks Fifth Avenue. They knew all along. How could I have done right when each option held the same plight, risk of death, of shame, displaced, defaced, without a home? To leave and knock doors of those who don't want us. Fight for acceptance when we are dirty, stripped of our pride, our clothes. Who would have let us in? Just please assure me there was nothing I could have done. Let sorrow kill me, but please don't let me live feeling this way. This mess I made, make it all go away. Bring back the birds, singing, floating leisurely overhead, settling on acadini trees, a breeze through the square. The air fresh with scent of jasmine, has it been that long? Since we walked along the streets, through the souk, stopping to speak to neighbors, friends at the corner. For tea, did we remember to hold this memory? Can't you see that's all we have left, the picture in our mind, the smells and feeling on our skin, saved so we can print it out later, and replace this hateful state with it? Why not? Is that any more unreal than this? Who would have guessed us to be the next refugee, the entire country, 1 million taking to the streets, to the seas? We were safe, even thriving. Now suddenly, blink of an eye, my whole family is dying. Crying, I lay my body down to rest by their sides. Bless their souls' journey to the better side, and let me be forsaken. Or God willing, please take me along for the ride. Leave this genocide behind, cremate my mind so I can erase the image of their bodies, tied and twisted around wood pieces, bound by rocks scattered along the ground. Does this sound fair to you? Why me? What did I do to deserve the last breath? What test did I pass? And what am I supposed to do now? Continue as if I never knew them or this place? I guess that's the story of so many war-torn displaced. I join the list now. I'll just play a quick medley, mostly of popular Lebanese folk music by the great Fairuz, and some of the compositions by Ziad al-Rahbani, her son, and I believe we're doing something by Asir Mansour, by Fairuz's husband / brother-in-law, and the whole magical musical family. So enjoy.